Hey, it's Scotch Test Dummies. I'm Scott.
Bart.
Taconic Distillery.
Taconic what?
Made in New York.
What? New York City. We're going to test it. I know it's state.
Huh?
New York State.
Oh, New York State.
All right, we're in. Yeah, I figured you'd be thinking, well, it's not New York City, I would assume.
It's not. No,
I
it's
don't
a.
know.
Look, now I don't remember
Yeah.
what it is. It's a Stanfordville.
Well, I have no idea.
Let me see. It's small. These
I was thinking
damn
Albany.
small print.
Oh, yeah.
Stanfordville, New York.
Okay.
So
I like the little snowflakes on the back.
this was a Christmas bottling. This is Taconic Distillery Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Dutchess Private Reserve, 50% ABV.
I like the 50%. I like the label.
Distilled, aged, and bottled by Taconic Distillery.
Ooh, nice, your trifecta.
SMWS buddy, Randall.
Do you call
And-
him Randy O? And just added in
the big R.
Fun. The big R. You big R, baby. The big R. I like Randy O. Randy O.
Me and Randall have Zoomed a couple of times and just tasted a few whiskeys. He'd sent me a couple samples from Taconic Distillery a while back. Both really good. I was impressed with both.
I don't know if I've ever heard zoomed used as an adjective. That's the first time. That's the
Zoomed it.
first.
We zoomed it.
I thought in high school I zoomed with a girl once, but total different connotation probably.
You meant you drove really fast with him.
Yeah, you got rejected for a date. Because that's how that went in high school. You want to go, and it was all in person. You know, kids nowadays just get like unfriended by their girlfriend, or it's complicated. Back when we lived, they literally came up and go, I can't stand you anymore. Go on. And you're like, what? What's wrong with me? Everything. Bye. And then you had to like go call your buddy and be like, man, she said everything was wrong with me.
It's not you, it's me.
Yeah, there was that too.
What does that mean?
I had this once. We can just, be friends still. And I was like, I don't want to be friends. I got to do that back once. That was interesting. Although,
That's a great story.
no, I'm going to say stay to the end of the credits and I'll tell the story about me using that. Yeah. What? You don't want the end of credits story?
Get to the bourbon.
I know. That's why I said end of credits.
Directing you here.
Got it. I know. That's why I bailed and went to the end of the credits.
Cherries was the first. As I was pouring it, I could smell it. Yes, I have to keep him on track.
I smell wood.
Yeah.
Of course. That's part of the fun. Wood, and I do get a little cherry.
Wood, cherry. As I was pouring it, though, I could smell it. It's very aromatic.
It is.
Nice nose on it. Sweet, cherries.
Sweet.
A little grassy, almost malty.
Huh.
Pasture, dusty.
Yeah, dusty for sure. Dusty wood barn.
I'm looking for root
like it.
beer, butterscotch. Don't see those in there.
Cherry.
Sweet, cherry. A little bit of vanilla.
Oh, that's nice. Wow, there's two things going there. The open was this, I'm going to have to come back. It was bursting. And then it transitioned into a creamy caramel with touches of butterscotch.
Yeah, pause just a second. All right. Yeah, nice creamy mouthfeel, nice vanillas. There's a butterscotch on the palate. Caramels, vanillas, butterscotch. Really rich, creamy, full.
And the open is where I get the oaks. An oaken country bar. I don't know. I feel like there's a racetrack dance floor and just, I get a lot of wood oak used.
Dusty, a little bit of dusty oak.
But then that's when that transition happens and the finish brings in those creamed caramel butterscotches.
I think this feels a lot older than it probably is.
Oh, I really like the finish.
I do too. This one's really nice. But it feels, it's almost so dusty and so oaky that it's making it seem older, more like a 12, 13 year
I could see
bourbon.
that.
But I'm just going to hazard a guess. This is probably 4, 5, 6,
Yeah, I was thinking 6.
7.
Well, I'm with you because the open gave me the wood elements, which I'm not as big a fan of, and I thought, oh, here we go. And then everything I love in the finish came in, so it was like the best of both worlds. And I'm not necessarily an enjoyer of the heavy wood, so it ended up pulling me back in. I was like, a lot of wood, but not bad. And
Drop.
pop, yeah. That's good. So you said Randy O said give this to Bartow. And you were like, yeah, we got to try it first on the show. Just kidding. Obviously, you can keep it. You gave me a look like, no.
You can take a healthy sample.
Oh, I like it. Thanks, Randy O.
Randy, I don't know where Randy O came
I like it. You're too formal. The Randall, it's like I'm meeting my my cousin's husband, who's an esquire. Randy O seems like the buddy that I'd go golf with.
Creamed sweet corn with a little black pepper on it, though, too. A little bit of a spice. Pepper bite.
Yeah. I don't know.
With water. That kind of got there more.
Corn. Okay,
Yeah,
let me
more
try
with
that.
water.
Let me try that. Hello.
Actually, though, I liked it neat.
The transition was cleaner, neat. The transition was much more like wood, oak, creamed caramel butterscotch.
Yeah.
So you had this distinct transition. This seems melded all into both, where I'm getting the oak and the sweet at the same time. Yeah, I like the neat better.
50% ABV. It wasn't real harsh on the palate. Drop of water just and it did kind of smooth it out, mellow it out, brought in that sweet cream corn. But actually, there's just a little bit more punch on it. Neat that I liked better.
The nose is very creamy and sweet. This cherry's gone now after I've added the water. That's interesting. One drop of water changed it that much.
Still kind of maybe a little bit more ash showing, a little bit more char with water.
So you're emphasizing ash. I
Ash.
thought you said a little more ass showing. I was like, wow, we're back at the dance hall.
All right, and we can't talk. Oh, well, let's score it first, I guess.
So I'll emphasize neat. I would drink it neat. This is a strong 88.
That's exactly what I was
Easy.
at.
Yeah, easy 88. Yeah, I really like it. I am wondering how old it is. So
Yeah.
it feels like 6.
And I don't know, of course, I don't know price point. It was a gift. So, but
Yeah. Well, these smaller distilleries, what do you think? 120?
I don't think it'd be that much.
You don't think so?
Hopefully, this is probably
50%?
$70 to $80 range,
Okay.
$60 to $80 range, maybe.
I've just seen some of these smaller ones.
Yeah.
I know they're not putting out volume, so sometimes cost is a little up, but cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like the labeling. I like the little dog. They're dog fans.
Well, and in fact is that, like I said, the 2 samples, I believe it was 2 samples that Randall had sent that we tasted through were both really good as well. Different, and they were different. And this one was a finished, I want to say a sherry cask finish maybe that
I'm
that he
confused.
sent.
You mean Randy O?
Randy O.
You've been renamed, buddy. Randy O. I feel like I know him now. It's got to be Randy O.
But no, they were both really good, and this is really good too. So I look forward to seeing more from Taconic Distillery. And
Got it.
if you see them, don't be afraid to give them a go and see what they're bringing.
Dive in. There's snow falling.
Let's look real quick. I believe 750 milliliter and a synthetic cork.
Ooh, yeah.
So
That baby won't break on you.
2
You like
bonuses.
Yeah, I actually have warmed up to the synthetic cork after
Yeah.
popping and breaking a bunch.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
All right.
Or even getting tainted corks.
Yeah, that's true.
Which doesn't happen that often. But I have had a tainted cork. One tainted cork bottle. That was at Springbank Cask Strength. Remember?
Got the Spartan helmet. Yes, I do remember.
All right.
So
Go to
if you want-
ScotchTestDummies.com. You can pick up coins, glasses, dropper sets,
Yeah.
hats, shirts, all kinds of
This,
stuff. It helps support the show, keeps the lights on, keeps the whiskey coming.
And if you really enjoy the show and you want to keep it coming, you can go to Patreon. Once you're there, look up Scotch Test Dummies. The money you donate there could be just $1 a month, $1 a show, $5 or whatever, goes toward us. Not this one. This one came from Randy O, but it normally goes toward the bottles that we buy. So thank you very much for the Patreon crew. And Scotch It, you Scotch gods.
Cilantro.
Oh, no, there's a story. If I don't tell the story now.
Well, yeah.
Oh, Scotch It, you Scotch gods, Cilantro,
Cilantro.
Dummies, story. story. I almost forgot I was going to let it wind down. And now I almost forgot the story. Okay, so I'm going to break up with the gal before I move here. Ain't no rolling.
I think.
Yeah, you've heard this. So I thought in my naivete,
You were moving to Wichita from
right,
Denver.
yes.
You got
So
a job.
from Denver, got a job. So I'm thinking, okay, it was kind of falling apart anyway. I could feel it. She could feel it. So I thought, and she'd mentioned when I said, hey, I believe I'm going to get a job offer. She had said for the first time ever, I love you and I want to move with you. And I was like, eee. And I didn't say anything back. So right there, that's a huge, I was like, well, we can talk about it, man. So we go to dinner. I'm thinking, well, if I was at dinner and a girl said, I think I'm going to move on my own, I would maintain composure because I'm in public. Okay. I would just be like, okay, I'll have to process this later. Or bartender, double whiskey, baby, 3 fingers. Well, I dropped the hey, I think I'm going to move on my own for a while. And it turned into a little burst of crying. And it escalated, and
That was you crying?
Not me.
Oh.
It was the young lady, and then the waitress took a dislike to me, and a couple at the table, and the crying grew. And I was like, "This is terrible." It was extremely painful, and I thought, "Why did I think this would be a good idea to do in public?" I had been quiet. Hey, I think I'm going to move on my own, test the waters a little bit. And it was like, and I was like, uh-oh. And I never did that again.
And then you're like, are you going to eat that?
Right. I'm like, are
Can I
you going
have-
to eat that Caesar salad with chicken on there? Because it looks yummy. Yeah, I wish I'd been that composed. I was more like, ooh, bail, throw out the chute. I need to go. It was me just trying to get the check was difficult. So I felt ganged up upon. So enjoy the final story at the end. See you guys.
Next time.
Don't